Good evening. It's great to see everybody here, and thank you very much for being here. It's another privilege this year for the AHA to be a sponsor and to help move this effort along. It's particularly always a special evening just to get together and to see so many people from across our sector. But it's also certainly for the AHA, but I know for all of us, wonderful to acknowledge Gail's leadership and to continue to see that his tradition of outstanding leadership carries forward. So Gail, thank you very much. You know, as Fawn said, it was a week ago today, seems like forever ago, that the election finally took place. I was telling someone outside that I was getting so depressed at the end that I actually went and had a root canal the next morning. And it would have been funny, except it was true. But the election results determined that the nation will now pursue the course of healthcare reform as it was contained in the Affordable Care Act, or at least use that as a springboard for whatever changes or improvements might come along through the legislative process. But that outcome tells us, I think, a few very important things. Number one, we will be helping more Americans obtain coverage than ever before. But we are not exactly sure how many or how, through what mechanisms. That's still to be determined. But the opportunity is closer than it's ever been. But it's going to be up to the leadership of each and every one of us to see that it happens, and that it happens in the most responsible way possible through state and federal shared responsibility. But again, not clear how many or how, so the job is not done. The election also determined that we will continue building a health system that for our patients will be more integrated, connected, coordinated, more continuity of care, all good things. That'll be more at risk financially for providers. It will challenge providers to learn to live within fixed amounts of money and no longer be in a position to tap the nation's reserves or deficit to fund care. So we have a new challenge there, although we really don't know exactly how to do that. So we've got to figure that out, and that's going to take enormous leadership. And thirdly, this system in the future will be more accountable. We'll stand up for its results. We'll work even harder to improve its results. So all of this is going to happen, but we're just not exactly sure of the pace or the ultimate configuration. So to say that leadership is more important today than ever before in healthcare, I think is probably my greatest understatement. But let me give you a couple of pieces of good news and words of encouragement. I was in Indianapolis yesterday with the first cohort of quality leaders from across the country, 33 states collaborating under the HRET Hospital Engagement Network contract, and others who have joined in under different contracts. We're together with CMS leaders. We'll have 900 people go through Indianapolis this week, sharing their successes, talking about the barriers that they've encountered and how they've hurdled them to improve quality, to improve safety, to improve patient satisfaction, and to decrease costs. It's a level of commitment that I have never seen before in this field, and it grows literally by the week. So I think that we have a mindset, and as one of the speakers said yesterday, probably came to it a little slowly, but we are there. And I can't see it stopping or changing or ebbing. So I think that's terrific news. Number two, the rate of increase in healthcare costs right now is among some of the lowest rates we've seen. Now, some of that certainly is due to the recession, unfortunately, people not seeking care, but it is also, I think, a statement on behalf of those who are trying to stretch resources more than ever before and who know that the future will be one of less payment, less robust resources than ever before, and are starting to learn to live in that world, even though maybe some of the incentives don't necessarily point that way yet, but all of the directional signals do. So I think there is terrific news as we stand here tonight, as we think about the challenges ahead of us. We are, in fact, I think, taking on a new outlook and a new culture in healthcare that will definitely serve us well. But we've got a long way to go. We don't know, in some cases, everything we need to know, certainly, but in many cases, we don't even know what we don't know. But what we do know is that tonight and every night, every day, people in this country need health care. So what we know for sure is that we will be rebuilding this system while we deliver services. There's no pulling off to the side of the road to fix the flat tire and then proceed. This has to happen as we provide care 24/7. That will require incredible leadership. So let us draw the inspiration from our two honorees this evening, and let us turn that inspiration into a renewed commitment to foster the breadth, the depth of future leadership that we need, that the field needs, that the nation needs to carry us forward as we pursue the always too elusive but always critical goal of improving our nation's health and health care. What a challenging and invigorating time it is to be in healthcare. Your presence here tonight indicates your commitment to extending healthcare leadership in ways we never have before, and we're grateful for that. So let us enjoy the time together, the friendship, and the meal. And we'll be back later with the program. Thanks very much.